Okay, guys. So sorry. Third time is the charm, apparently. Okay. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this is sharing, you guys. I'm crossing my fingers that you can see my screen. I just want to be able to show the commission calculator here. And let me go there. Okay. And you guys, the way this is set up, I can't see your comments. So I'm so sorry. I won't be able to answer any comments that are coming through. So hopefully I'm just feeling like I'm running blind here. But okay, this is the commission calculator, actually called the commission estimator. It's found in your back office in the Getting Started program. And I just want to run through this really quickly so that you can see the power of our commission plan. Like this gets me excited every single time. I was running through these numbers just before I started this training, and literally I'm like sweating with excitement. I'm sure you wanted to know that. That's so special. But I want to just kind of do a quick breakdown here of the sections of the commission estimator so that you can use this. And I'm going to tell you right now, when Holly and I first started the business, we had, like you've heard before, back in the day, there were no resources. We didn't have tools, we didn't have literature, we didn't have hardly even any products. But we did have the commission calculator that Chad Mono developed, and we lived by that thing. It was so helpful to our business. And when we signed up new consultants, we brought them in front of the commission calculator and showed them their potential. And some of you may have heard this story from Holly, but I'm going to repeat it again. About how Holly recruited me. You know that I was an anti-home party person. I was an anti-home business person. I thought that any home business was a pyramid scheme. I mean, I was so close-minded and ridiculous in my thoughts about home businesses. I wanted nothing to do with them. And I'll cut to the end of the story, but Holly invited me to a party. I said no. Holly called again, invited me to a party. I didn't want to go at all, but at this point, she was really getting interested in the business. And so she was talking quite a bit about the business in our conversation for herself about, you know, her own thoughts about joining. And it actually sounded like a pretty good idea. I personally had zero interest, and I made it very clear to her that I had zero interest. However, I had been just recently talking with my sister-in-law, and she was just finishing up school, and she wasn't really interested in jumping into corporate America, and she wanted to do her own thing. And I thought, hey, she might be interested in coming and learning about this. So I asked Holly if she could come. Holly said, of course. And I was very rude. We had some other obligations going, and so we came to the party early, just 30 minutes early, and sat down to learn a little bit about the commission plan from Rachel Mono. And I was only halfway listening because I wasn't there for myself. And since I had zero interest in, you know, a home-based business, I saw the food samples out and I refused to even taste any because I was just not interested at all. I'm one of those people that you hate at your parties. I was one of them. So hopefully that gives you some hope too. Anyway, so I didn't even taste the food, but I did see the very beginning of the presentation. And Rachel Mono and I have laughed about this so many times. It was one of her first parties. Holly would have to remind me, but it might have been her second or third party. And remember, we're not always super good at that stage in our business. And Rachel was so nervous, and she was sweating, and she was stammering. And I just literally saw the first few minutes. I was off to the side, and then my sister-in-law and I had to leave. And I remember saying to myself, oh my gosh, who would ever do a stupid business like this? Poor girl. I feel so bad for her. Anyway, and that was that for me. I had zero interest. Well, a little bit later, Holly called me. Holly, at this point, had signed up as a consultant, and she was just ready to work the business. She saw the vision. I had zero interest in it, but she called me, and to be polite, I said, hey, so how did that party turn out? Because I was zero interested at all. And she said, oh my gosh, it was a killer party, and it was either $2,600 or $2,800 party. And I paused for a second. Still, I had zero interest, but I was like, what? Like, I saw the poor girl who was doing that presentation, sweet Rachel Mono, who's one of my dearest friends now. I was like, how on the earth did she sell $2,600 or $2,800, whichever it was, a product. She was not a suave, smooth salesman. And it was because our commission plan is killer and our product is awesome. That is why. So I'm still not interested at all in the business, but Holly had signed up, as I said, at this point, and she had just gotten this commission calculator from Chad. And she was like, oh, I keep kind of getting stuck on the numbers, and I don't know how on the earth, because we had only just met, I don't know how she knew that I liked numbers, but she invited me to her house to look at the numbers. Okay? Tricky. So anyway, I went to her house, zero interest in the business at all, still at this point, and we started playing with the numbers. And when I saw the potential of how much money you can make in this business, and when I had just witnessed the beginnings of a party that didn't look like the most suave salesman-y kind of party, I thought, wait a minute, could I do this? Could I make money like this? And when Holly and I first ran those numbers, we both were like, I wonder if you could make $10,000 a month doing this. That'd be crazy, amazing. And we ran the numbers and we were like, shut your freaking face. Just by doing some basic work consistently, you can make 10 grand a month. We're doing this. And we were all in because of the commission calculator. If it were not for that commission calculator, there is no chance on this earth I would have signed up. Holly could have told me verbally that you could make good money. Holly could have told me verbally that you could make 10 grand a month or more, and it would not have tempted me. But because she showed me these numbers, or rather I showed her, as we were playing with that commission calculator, it really opened my mind to the potential of what can be done, and this can be very powerful. So let's go through this commission calculator here, or the commission estimator. This top section, notice that it's color-coded. My husband, Cutie Pie, built this, and he was like, oh, should I color-code it for everyone? So it is. This top section, the pink, is taking into account one-time sales. This is any order that is placed outside the delivery system. We're going to leave those all at 0, okay? At 0. So those of you who are just like, oh my gosh, well, we don't want to cut those out. Yeah, we do. We do not need one-time sales. They're icing on the cake, okay? They're awesome for the month that you are in, but one-time sales do not grow your business. One-time sales make you a slave to your job. You have to go after them every month. You have to go find those every month. So I'm just going to show you the power of our commission plan without one-time sales. So we're going to skip over the pink, okay? We're just going to scroll down so we can fit everything onto the screen that we want. What we want are deliveries and new consultants on our team. Team members and new deliveries. Those are your 2 products that you're selling. So say that out loud with me. The 2 products that I sell are new consultants and new deliveries. That's your focus. Yes, we sell strawberries. Yes, we sell pineapple. Yes, the product and the food is incredible and people love it. We love it. We can't live without it. But you are not here to sell pineapple and strawberries. You are here to sign up new consultants and sell delivery systems, okay? If you shift your focus to signing up consultants and training them well, utilizing the Getting Started program and developing a relationship with them and helping them succeed at what they want, and then also focusing on selling delivery systems, you're going to see some incredible results. Okay, so let me see if I can do this where I'm at. I'm going to just show you these numbers and be really conservative, okay? That's what Holly and I did. We of course, if you say, I'm going to sign up 9 million consultants, well, gosh, you're going to see some killer results from that, right? But we want to be conservative. We want to be like looking at numbers that are doable, that people can do, that we can do, whatever your circumstances. Maybe you work full time. Maybe you have 11 children. You know what I'm saying? We're busy, every single one of us. So let's be conservative. Let's throw some conservative numbers in. So we're just going to look at the 4-2 scenario, okay? This is very conservative. These are just the basics that those of us in this group, those are our basics. 4 deliveries and 2 consultants in a month. So if you look over in the yellow, we're going to say you signed up 2 consultants and they both purchased the 265 kit, okay? Because on average, that's the most commonly sold kit, all right? So that's what we're going to put. This is just your first month. I'm going to show you a first month scenario, all right? So you just signed up your 2 consultants. Oh, you do have your own personal delivery. My own delivery is $200. You do earn some money on that. So I earn $8 every month on that. So we're putting that one in as well. So you can put in your own delivery amount right there, okay? but you just did 4-2. This is your first month. You've got 4 deliveries, and they are $100 deliveries. Do you want to see what your commission is? Da, 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 da. It's $212, but notice what it says here. This does not include the builder bonus. So if this is your first month, instead of earning 22% on those 4 deliveries, you actually earned 33% because you qualified for the bonus. So in the old days, you would have just earned $212. Okay, that's what you would have been paid. But because of the builder bonus, you actually on your first month earned $256. Okay, you almost paid off your kit just by doing 4-2. Okay, so there's your first month scenario. Now I'm going to show you a second month scenario. This is just your work, okay, just what you are doing. Okay, if you're looking under the delivery details, these 4 columns are talking about past deliveries. Now remember, last month you signed up 4 deliveries. They're still on the delivery system. 2 of those were customer deliveries, and they're at $100. And 2 of those were consultant deliveries, and they are at $100. And P.S., a $100 delivery is the average amount that people are spending right now, okay? So here we are. This is just your second month, and you've earned $227. But remember, that does not include your builder bonus. So you actually are being paid at 44% on those 4 new deliveries this month. So your second month paycheck, this is just you and your work, your second month paycheck is actually $315. This is your second month, okay? So this is you just doing those basics of 4-2. So now I want to kind of fast forward the scenario and say that you have done 4-2 consistently for 1 year, for 12 months, okay? Now remember what Eric Worre teaches us, that if we will do a sponsoring sprint and bring in 20 new consultants, of those 20, right off the bat, 8 disappear, okay? Like they just go missing in action completely. I think he called it, they go into the witness protection program. They are gone, okay? So 8 of the 20 just disappear right off the bat. However, 12 look like workers. So according to his stats, you have 12 of your 24 consultants that are working. But again, I want to do conservative numbers, so we're just going to put 6. You've got 6 working consultants. So this is your first level, okay? Now in a year's time, if you're doing 4-2, you will have 48 total delivery customers. 24 of those are just customers. 24 of those are your consultants, okay? So in a year's time, just by yourself, your paycheck in the old days without builder bonus is $392. With builder bonus, you are now bringing in a consistent $480, okay? Now I'm just going to quick switch over and see if we've got any questions. Okay, we're good. If you have any questions, you can type some in. But okay, so at this point, you by yourself, you're making $480. Now I want to pause there for a second. Are you making 6 figures if you're bringing in $480? The answer is no. If you look on the commission calculator, it shows you right here that your annual commission is $4,705, okay? It's not killer money. However, I do want to point this out. There are so many studies that show that any household income, if it can be increased by $300 to $500, can make a significant impact for that family. $300 to $500, okay? So if somebody just wants to go out and share, just consistently, just go and share and share and share, they can be making $480 a month. This can be life-changing for people. But we are not stopping there, okay? So we've got your year snapshot here on the left. Now let's see what happens when you start throwing in a team, okay? Now remember, you've got just these 6 workers. You actually have 24 consultants in the year, but you have 6 that are working. According to Eric Worre, that number would be 12. So Eric Worre, like I told you, if you sign up 20 in a sponsoring sprint, 8 disappear and you've got 12 workers. Of those 12 workers down the line, 4 of them become real workers, like they're in it. 4 of the 12. And then out of those 4, 1 to 2 will rise to the top and become serious leaders. So I want you to just imagine to yourself, what if you sponsor 20 people, 8 disappear, you've got 12 workers, down the road 4 of those are real workers, and then you've got 1 or 2 that rise to the top. What if those 1 or 2 of your people that rise to the top are someone like Lisa Warnick or Debbie Abbott? or Holly Hardy. This is you, you guys, okay? So Eric Worre says that you have 12. I'm just putting 6 there. So your 6 workers are doing 4-2, okay? So they're signing up 2 kits, and it's the 265 kit, all right? And in a year's time, they did their sponsoring sprint, okay? They brought in their 20 and 8 disappeared and they have 12 workers, but we're not going to put 12. We're not even going to put 6. I'm going to put 3, okay? I'm going to put 3 because I want you to understand how much money you can make in this business, and I want it to be conservative, okay? We can go and throw numbers in later and you can like have your socks blown off by how huge these numbers are, but let's be conservative. Let's get real here, okay? They're half as good at you at training their team, so they only have 3 workers instead of 6, where Eric Worre says we have 12, all right? Now it's a year's time they've been doing 4-2, so they have 48 deliveries at $100, okay? Are you ready to see what happens? Your paycheck, just by having a first level worker, and you've only got 6 people that are working, your paycheck is $1,032. But don't forget the builder bonus. This calculator does not calculate that. So actually, with just a first level working, you have $1,120. Okay? This is the power of a team. Jumping your paycheck from $480 to $1,120. Is this impactful to grow a team? Remember, your 2 products that you're selling are new team members and new deliveries. Now, just hold on to your britches, ladies and gentlemen. Let's throw in your second level, okay? And again, we're being really conservative. They're just doing 4-2, and they only have 3 duplicators, all right? Get ready. You've got a paycheck over $3,000. Right now it's showing $2,951, but when you throw in your builder bonus for your work, for your 4 new deliveries, your paycheck is actually $3,039. Okay? You're making 35 grand a year. This is exciting. Remember, this is a 1-year snapshot because you're doing a sprint right now. And these people you're recruiting, you're teaching them to do a sprint. Just launch out of that gate. And they're bringing in their consultants, okay? So now I want to show you what happens when you throw in duplication on your 3rd level, okay? Same thing, they're just doing 4-2. However, they only get 3 duplicators out of 24, okay? Get ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. Your paycheck, your monthly paycheck, on this it's showing $8,707. However, with builder bonus, it's actually $8,795, but you are making 6 figures. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Like, yay! This is so hard to not hear you clapping and shrieking and cheering because this is exciting stuff here. Now, I want to go and show you another scenario, okay? Actually, before I do that, I want you to notice that over here, this left column is your work. You're not doing anything different. You're just still plugging along. You're just plugging along, doing your 4-2, okay? However, do you notice how your paycheck jumped from $480 to $8,795? That's because you have a team. The power of recruiting and then getting that team energy, showing them these numbers. They can do this. Holly didn't do this by herself. She brought me, she brought Abbott's. Like, we saw this potential and we wanted a piece of that pie, okay? Now I want to show you a little different number. In this scenario, we were saying that we have 6 workers instead of 12 because Eric Worre said that you have 12 workers out of 20 when you do a sponsoring sprint. P.S. I do need to tell you this. If you just trickle those numbers in and just sign up 2 every month, 2, 2, 2, and at the end of the year you have 24, it does not bring the same power. It does not bring the same power because it doesn't create that team synergy of, hey, we're all doing this together, jump in and we're doing this together. It does not happen. So there has to be that sprint, that initial launch out of the gate, okay, to be able to get those 12 workers. So Eric Worre said 12, but we said, well, let's be conservative and put half that and say 6. But now let's see what it looks like once that number 12 drops to 4 real workers, okay? So if your team and you and everything just drops to that 4, I want you to see what happens here. Your paycheck changes. According to this calculator, it's $9,347, but remember the builder bonus, so that's actually going to up you to $9,435. That's $113,000 annually. You're just right there in that 6-figure income bracket. Are you dying? Is this so exciting? Okay, now watch what happens if you increase and you say, you know what, I'm going to do another sponsoring sprint next year. I'm going to do another one. So now I'm going to have 8 workers. And you know what? Let's leave the team. Let's just say you do it. You do another sprint. What happens when you have 8 workers? You go out, you burst, you bring in 20, 8 disappear, 12 become workers. Of those 12, 4 real workers rise to the top. What happens then? You're making almost 20 grand a month. You're in the $200,000 a year range. So next year, you say, you know what? I'm going to do that again. What's 8 plus 4? 12. I never said I'm good at math. I just can use a calculator and add. Okay. So you do another sprint. Bam. You're making 30 grand a month. In a month. Do you guys see this? And you're not even upping your team. This is just your work. Are you following what I'm saying here? So let's just do it one more time because it's fun. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, I can add 4. You're almost at $500,000 a year. Are you guys seeing this? Seeing the power of recruiting and having a team, okay? This becomes huge for your business, all right? So when we are saying to you that you can make 6- and 7-figure incomes, the answer is yes, baby. You can do that. You can do that. So that's what I have to share. I'm not sure. Tell me if you can see. I'm not sure that I can actually pull up the career plan. Is it showing? Somebody tell me if you can see that. Is it? No, I've lost you. Did it end? Da, 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 da. Okay, I don't know if that